Hey guys, we're going to look at arithmetic sequences and series. Arithmetic sequence, a sequence in which each term after the first, so a sub 1, is found by adding the same number to the preceding term. A sequence is arithmetic if there exists a number that we'll call d, and we call this the common difference, such that a sub n plus 1 equals a sub n plus d for any integer n greater than or equal to 1. Well, let's look at an example. Here we're going to, for each arithmetic sequence, identify the first term and the common difference. So here's my sequence that's given. And my first term, that should be easy for everybody, is going to be 3. It's a sub 1. My common difference, d, well, with this one, you should be able to look and say, oh, I see that there's a difference of 5 between each of those terms. How I find it mathematically is that I take a term that is higher than the first term and I subtract it from the next subsequent lowest term. So in this case, I said I'll take 8 and subtract it from 3. But this value d is going to be the same between all of them. So I could have taken 13 and subtract from it 8, or 18 and subtract it from it 13. And oftentimes how you'll see this written is a sub 2 minus a sub 1. It does not have to be a sub 2 minus a sub 1. It could be a sub 4 minus a sub 3. But as long as it's a higher term and the next subsequently lowest term. So that is how you find d mathematically. What I'd like for you to do is determine what's the first term in b and c and what's the common difference in b and c. Let's see if we have the same answers. Alright, first term. I like these questions because I'm good at those. That's going to be a 9 and that's going to be a 3/2. I already write those down. That makes me happy. Now for my common difference, what I can say is I will take 5, it's a sub 2, and this one here is a sub 1, and subtract from it a sub 1. My common difference, negative 4. D equals a negative 4. And if I look at that, each one of these is separated by negative 4 units. Here I have 9/4 minus 3/2. I took a sub 2 and I subtracted from it a sub 1 to find that difference. And what this turns into is 9/4 minus 6/4, which equals 3/4. And see, in looking at this, I don't see 3/4. I don't. That's a tough one for me to be able to look at. I can look at this one and see a negative 4, but this one I couldn't. So in doing the math, I see, oh, there's a difference of 3/4 between each one of those. And that is finding, the main thing is finding the common difference. So let's look at another example that builds upon what we just did right here, and that is whenever you're asked to find the nth term, or anything that deals with the nth term. The nth term of an arithmetic sequence is given by a sub n equals a sub 1 plus, and inside the parentheses, n minus 1 times the common difference d for any integer n greater than or equal to 1. Let's take all of this and put it into an example so we can see it better. Find the 12th term. Well, the 12th term is going to be what n is whenever I work through. So n is going to be 12. A sub 1 is going to be my first term, 2. So I've identified n and a sub 1, and now all I need to identify is my common difference. D is going to be 4. 6 minus 2. I take these values and plug it into this formula. A sub n, well, that's a sub 12 equals a sub 1 is equal to 2. So equals 2 plus the value of n is 12. So 12 minus 1 times, and what is d? D is 4. I plug it into that formula and solve. So the value of a sub 12 is 46. That is nice having this formula. Otherwise, I have to continue this series out, plus 4, plus 4, plus 4, and I have to do it 12 times. So I could put something in there like the 8,934th term. I just have to plug that number in and solve. So pause the video, and I would like for you to work this one. 17th term. Identify your n, your a sub 1, and your d. Alright, so my formula is a sub n equals a sub 1 plus, and inside my parentheses, n minus 1 times d. So n equals 17, a sub 1 equals 7, and my common difference, d, is a negative 3. Now I just plug it in there. Alright, that is 16 times a negative 3, so that's a negative 48, plus 7 equals a negative 41. And that's a lot nicer being able to plug it into this formula instead of writing all of this out till you hit the 17th term. We can also do it backward, and we can say what term is the number 106. Okay, and in this I realized what I didn't write down that was in the problem also was that they give you a sub 1 equals 2, and they give you what d is. D is 4. Otherwise they can give you a series of numbers, the first few numbers, and you can be able to determine the first term and the common difference. So but this one, they either give you the first few numbers in the series, or they actually give you the values. So with this problem, I'm given what a sub n is 106. A sub 1 is 2, and my common difference is 4, and what I'm solving for is what is n. So I need to isolate n. I get rid of the parentheses, distributive property. I combine like terms, and then I solve for n, and I end up with n equals 27. The 27th term. The 27th term in this arithmetic sequence. So what I would like for you to do is this example. What term is the number negative 296? Excuse me. And in there, again, I didn't write that down, so a sub 1 was 7, and d was a negative 3, I believe. Alright, so you try that, and then we'll see if we get the same answers. Alright, so a sub n equals a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d. My a sub n is going to be a negative 296, and it equals 7 plus n minus 1, and my common difference was a negative 3. I remember what it is that it wasn't. These problems correlate to each other. That's how I remember them. This is, sorry, a sub 1, a sub 1, common difference, common difference. A sub 1, a sub 1, common difference, common difference. So now I'm going to solve for n. So I have a negative 296 equals 7 plus a negative 3n plus 3. So a negative 296 equals 10 minus 3n. And with that, 286, n is going to be 102. So my 102nd term. 102nd term. Okay, guys. Sorry about the mix-up with that. Again, to clarify, this problem was based off of this one. So they did give you yours. All right. So a sub 1 was 7 and d equals a negative 3. So watch the published videos, please critically think and structure your homework, and good luck on your remaining homework problem.